waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. 'Cause this is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. 'Cause this is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We are live, about to get a show. Baby girl say she wanted to hang out with me, so we hanging out together. I said, let's go live right now. So we're about to do this. Y'all hit the like button on your way in the building. Shout out to the mod squad. Shout out to all the members of the channel. Shout out to everybody who subscribed to the channel. Let your friends and family members know about the channel as well. Listen, as we continue to move forward and hope that we can go on a winning streak so that we can make the playoffs, we got to make the playoffs this year. That's what it's all about, all right? So hit that like button, and we'll get started in just a moment. Hit that like button. Bill's getting Kareem Hunt. Is that true? I ain't heard nothing about that yet, but, I don't know. We'll see. I saw a report said the Bills and Odell Beckham reached an agreement, and he'll join the team in November, but I don't know if that's true either. What's up, Bree? What's going on with you, bro? Love you, man. Yes, sir. We got to make it. Yeah, so we're going to talk about trades. We're going to talk about Xavien Howard's situation. Shout out to one of our subscribers. I don't know if they want to be known, but it looks like they went and actually got the official court document, so we'll go over that. Once we get to that point, I'll warn all the adults just in case you got kids listening with you, even though I ain't going to make it graphic or anything like that, but it's still the nature of the conversation, just in case you don't want the young ones involved. Tom Brady, we'll talk about him and not just so much his divorce, but the article that came out that a major reason why this could be happening with Tom Brady is the fact that he was in talks with the Dolphins. We're going to talk about the Lions and the fact that they may be playing without their starting safety and much more. All right. So hit that like button, punch that like button. Again, let your friends and family members know about the channel. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to the members. Dolphineer in the house. Justin Vanberg. Man, the members are here. That's what's up, man. Salute to y'all. Salute to Chef Jew, always doing his thing, always representing the channel. To the utmost, every chance. What is that? Every chance he gets. I see. Man, if this thing don't stop popping up on my system. All right, y'all. So you ready, baby girl? You ready? You gonna say hi to everybody? Say hi. She like, huh? All right, man. Well, let's go ahead. I'm gonna kick back, relax. As I rock, baby girl, she might fall asleep, then I'll put it down. What's up, Montreal? Try to refrain from the language, Montreal. Well, what's up, homie? All right. I just won a Super Bowl before I die. No more one playoff game and out or no playoffs at all. We gotta make the playoffs this year, man. We gotta make the playoffs this year. All right. Shouldn't this be on TD Sports Talk? Not at all. We talk about the Miami Dolphins. We talk about Dolphin trades. We talk about Xavien Howard, who's a Dolphin. We talk about the article that came out of Tom Brady, the reason why he's having his issues started when he was talking to the Dolphins, and the Lions may be playing without their safety. And we play the Lions this week. So why would it be on Sports Talk? It's Dolphin news, all Dolphin news, all right? Love you, bro. Shout out from Port St. Lucie, Montreal. The best. My PS4 tag. I'm an animal with two on Madden. Man, I actually got rid of my Xboxes, my PS4. I got rid of all of those. I don't even have a gaming system anymore. I got rid of them when the weekend we were in training camp. When I was in training camp, I got rid of all of that. I took my stuff down to South Florida and gave it out, or this and that. Wow, what a question. LOL, my gosh. Anyway, man, I ain't got no more gaming systems, man. But yeah, keep it clean in the comment section. Shout out from Miami Gardens. Let me know where y'all from. Put it in the comment section. Let me know where y'all from. And while y'all let me know where y'all from, just want to let y'all know that this stream is also brought to you by none other than Mojo Sports. We've been talking about Mojo Sports quite a bit lately. It's the stock market for your favorite players or players that you dislike. I'm having a call to all subscribers. If you don't live in Jersey, you can't actually invest in Mojo Sports. But even though you don't live in Jersey, you can at least download the app and play around with it, because it could be coming near you anytime soon. They're trying to expand to other states, so that rollout can happen at any point. So the link is in the description of the video. Make sure that you go download Mojo Sports, all right, so that you can download the app and you can pay attention to where player stocks are up and down. And I'm telling y'all, it's a good indicator. The truth is where people put their money. The truth is where people put their money. I can ask people right now, is Tua going to win a Super Bowl in the next 3 years? Well, at least all the Tua nears going to say yes. But if I told them, hey, put your money on it, put everything that you own on it, we're going to have a drop in numbers. So the truth is where you put your money. That's why I love Mojo Sports, because the market basically dictates who's actually believing in what, because you don't invest in what you don't believe in. You don't invest in what you don't, otherwise you're gambling. All right. Oh snap, TD getting sponsors now. Man, D-Wade 561, where you been, man? Where you been? Where you been? Man, where have you truly been? All right. But thank you, Mojo Sports, for sponsoring the show. Let's get into the content, because I know that's what y'all are here for. Let's do what we got to do, and let's talk about this, all right? We got a lot to talk about, by the way. Ugh. All right, so first thing first, trades, okay? I don't know how to better explain this to you guys. Nobody really wants to listen to me. If the Miami Dolphins make a significant trade, a big-time trade, it would be beyond shocking. I've been telling y'all for the longest, at the end of the day, the Miami Dolphins, if they do trade a player or bring in a player, it won't be anybody of significance. Now, I will say this. If you do get a player traded of significance, it might be like a Stephon Gilmore, something like that, because our cornerback situation is already depleted. And then when we talk about Xavien Howard's situation, you don't know what to expect going forward in that situation. And we may need some insurance, because you don't know what to expect. Especially when we read the court documents of what's being alleged. It's going to be very interesting how this plays out going forward. So if the Miami Dolphins may get a corner, because we're so depleted in that area, and at the end of the day, we also got one of our best players on the team, if not, well, one of the best players, dealing with a situation that we don't know what the NFL, how they're going to look at it when it's all said and done. So we'll see. We'll talk about that in detail in just a moment, but I'm going to tell you now, trades, it'll be a corner. Outside of that, I just don't see anyone of major significance. I just don't. Okay. And everybody keeps asking me, who do you think that we may pursue? Who do you think we may get? I'm telling you, I don't see anything of major significance. Chris Greer's trying to save the little bit of money that he has, because next year he's going to have to make troubling decisions. He's going to have to decide if he's going to keep certain people and take the cap hit, or if he's going to trade certain people to get cap relief to pursue other people. It's a rough situation. It's a tough situation. So I just don't see the significance. But in the meantime, these other teams, you see what they're doing. Some of them are fine-tuning and loading up. Now, I got criticized yesterday in a post that basically, because I said only teams that are going for it all are making the appropriate moves right now, are getting players that can significantly help their roster or add quality depth. Only teams that believe in their quarterback. And I got criticized yesterday because they said, oh, so getting Armstead, Connor Williams, and Tyreek Hill wasn't a sign of that? No. Those are off-season acquisitions just like everybody else. What you do right before the trade deadline, if you feel like you got the roster that can win it all, you go fill holes, you go add depth, you do everything you can to secure it. That is a fact, ladies and gentlemen. If you feel you got the roster and the quarterback that can win a Super Bowl, you leave no stone unturned. Do we have any holes? Let's see what we can do at the last minute. We have no holes, then what depth do we need just in case we create a hole? You go for broke. I don't know why that's so hard to believe. That's what you do. So when people are like, Miami's quiet, they're sitting down on this front, oh, stop trying to make this equate to Tua. Period. If you believe you got the team necessary, you go for it. Because I asked y'all, if Patrick Mahomes was on this team, do y'all think we'd be Super Bowl contenders? Yes or no? If Patrick Mahomes was on this team, do you think we'd be Super Bowl contenders? Cap for Life said, we soft as Cinnabon when it comes to trading during the trade deadline. Don't understand how Philly and KC can get stronger while we're waiting here gaining more scandal and injuries with our hands tied. You got to understand. Listen to me. Listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. Chris Greer shouldn't go getting anything else. Let me draw a line in the sand right now. Chris Greer is doing exactly what he's supposed to do. You don't go get nobody else because we still out here debating whether or not Tua the guy. What in the heck you going to go load up a roster if you still debating on whether a guy is a guy? I know we don't like that. You know, you want to go for broke, but trust me, he's actually doing the right thing. Don't waste the money that you're going to need next year. Don't waste assets you're going to need for the future. You know you got doubts about the guy you got under center right now, so therefore, keep playing it out and let's keep evaluating him. That's all this is. Don't let these people lie to you and make it seem like Tua in 2 games has proved that he's a franchise quarterback. Look at Baltimore Buffalo without a secondary, but screw the fact that it was without a secondary. Look at Baltimore Buffalo. He's a franchise quarterback. Wow, really? The Baltimore and Buffalo game out of 2.5 years. He's franchised now. He's franchised now. See, that's the narrative they want to sell you. In 2 games. And then they want to tell you Skyler in 1 game was a bum, so he trash, he'll never be a franchise quarterback. In 1 game, but they didn't keep that same energy with Tua his rookie year. Come on, man. TDU was the one saying that. Saying what? That Tua was a franchise quarterback from 2 games? See, y'all need to pay attention to the words TD say. I am a matter-of-fact person. Where a lot of people get my message misconstrued and misunderstood is Tua will have a Ravens game and I'll praise him and I say he played like a franchise quarterback. Oh, TD said he's a franchise quarterback. That ain't what I said. I said he played like a franchise quarterback. It ain't no different for when he go out there like he did last week and he looked like trash. TD called him trash. I said he looked like trash. He played like trash. And then when you make me mad enough, I say he is trash then, if that's what you want to believe. He trash. It is what it is then. I am a very detailed person when it comes to the words I say. When he play like trash, I say he played like trash. Now, I have called him trash because y'all keep on misconstruing when I say he played like trash. He ain't trash. I didn't say he was. Well, yeah, you did. All right, he trashed it. God dog. But the same thing applies when he plays well. He played like a franchise quarterback. He played like our future. TD say he's a franchise quarterback. TD say he's our future. No, I said he played like it. He needs a level of consistency playing like that and executing like that to make it an affirmative, to make it a rock solid thing that we can proclaim. One game and we are in 2 games. 3, like, gosh, I don't care if he had 5 games balling in a row. That ain't go. Hold on. So y'all telling me Justin Herbert trash now? Justin Herbert was phenomenal the last few years, breaking rookie records, everything. And all of a sudden, after a few games, he trash now. This is why it doesn't make sense. You can't make these proclamations off of one game. You can believe what you want to believe, just like me. I think Skylar Thompson the best quarterback on this roster. That don't make me right, but it's just what I believe. So you can believe what you want to believe. Nothing's wrong with that. But real evaluations, though, they take time. Your opinion is your opinion, and that's your stand, whether it's right or wrong. And time will tell whether you need to adjust that as a person or not. So Chris Grier is doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Chill. Like, think about it. We went into last week's game with 3 corners, and 2 of them you didn't, Bethel and Noah. Come on, man. They've been trying to hide Noah in the back of the depth chart as long as they could. It's the situation for pretty much the rest of the season. And you didn't make a move for a corner and elevate him on the starting roster. That tells you Chris Grier is content, and he's telling Mike McDaniel, make it work. I might find you 1 or 2 people here and there. You put on the practice squad, move them up, whatever. I might make a little trade, conditional 6th or 7th out there. But what you got right now, make it work. That's what's happening. Because you don't go all out on a team that still got a million questions, especially if it's at the quarterback position. And screw the play on the field for Tua. Forget about the play on the field for Tua. Say he is the great of all greats, right? They still not sure about him because every year he missed games. They still unsure if he's worth making a long-term investment because every year he misses games. And they still don't feel confident that he won't miss any more games this year. Come on, man. TD, there are only 2 QBs in the NFL that won every game they started and ended. Tua and Philly. WB, I don't know what WB is. What's your point? Y'all don't get to me or bother me with that fake narrative that wins and losses are quarterback stats. Those are for people trying to prove a false point. Those are for people trying to write their narrative and make it true. Wins and losses ain't a quarterback stat. They're not. And you want proof they're not a quarterback stat? Anytime Tua started a game in his career and he lost, we typically blame it on the defense. The Atlanta game, the man threw 2 picks. All I heard was, man, the defense lost that game because they couldn't hold Pitts at the end. Why didn't Tua win it anyway? Why didn't Tua win it anyway? If wins and losses is solely a quarterback stat, then why didn't Tua win that game anyway? Why didn't Tua beat Tennessee by itself? Because they put up points too. Even though he was trash, but the defense wasn't great either. Why didn't Tua win that game? Why didn't Tua win the Buffalo game that could have got us in the playoffs? Why didn't he win that game? See, if you answer that question, then you'll understand that wins and losses ain't a QB stat. And 80% of Tua's wins, the defense held the other team to 16 points or less. 80% of Tua's wins, the defense held the other team to 16 points or less. You give that, if they putting up stats now, Justin Herbert versus Tua. Tua in the first 27 games got 5 more wins than him, and Justin got 5 more losses. You give Justin Herbert a defense in his first 2 years that only allowed 16 points a game, Justin Herbert will have 5 more wins than Tua, which is 10 more wins right now. You go down the list. Y'all continue to spread these false narratives to build this kid up. Has he helped out in some of those games? Yeah. Tua has done his job in some of those games. That's 6-game win streak for him. It was a 7-game win streak because the first game we won without him. He wasn't even playing. But the 6-game win streak for him, half of those games, the defense straight up won. The other half, it was a team. He didn't win none of them himself. It was a team effort. He didn't turn the ball over. He had his 196 or something like that. 1 touchdown or 2 touchdowns. He helped and he did his job. And I give him credit for when he does his job. But to say he carried the team and he the one win when we win in game 17-16, come on. Winning game 17-16 and the defense got one of the touchdowns. Come on, man. Y'all can keep that narrative all you want and keep on riding with it. G Money with the donation said any average QB can take advantage of broken coverage. G Money be going in, boy. Die Hard Dolphin said if we make the playoffs and still have questions about Tua, what do we do? Let me answer that. If we make the playoffs and still have questions about Tua, what do we do? Well, first off, we gotta give him a little bit of credit at the fact that we made the playoffs. We can't take that away from the kid because that's what it's about, getting in the dance. That means he wasn't a train wreck enough to keep us from the playoffs. You see what I mean? That's the good thing about Tua. If he plays a full season with this talent, with Tyreek and all of them, I don't see how he could be a train wreck enough for us not to go to the playoffs. Like, honestly, 90% of the quarterbacks in the league supposed to be going to the playoffs with this roster, with these offensive weapons. That's why if we don't make it, oh my gosh. If we don't make it, come on. So we should, listen, I've been saying we should go to the playoffs. We should go to the playoffs. And it starts with these next 4 games. He need to come out there and cook. Cook in these next 4 games. Or just get the I don't care. Even if you don't cook. Even if we win the way we did last week versus Pittsburgh, just get the wins, man. So as for Dolphin fans, we just want to get in the playoffs. Now, for Dolphin fans that want to win Super Bowls, that's a different conversation. I don't believe he the guy whatsoever in that regards. Do I believe he can get us the playoffs year in after year out? Yes, with loaded talent. Only with loaded talent. But talking about AFC championships and Super Bowls, ain't no way. Ain't no way. And if we do it, boy, we done had the luckiest stretch we've ever had. Like straight fortune. So at the end of the day, man, see, The good thing is we're 4-3. Some people say the truth is we could have been 6-1 right now. Yeah, but we also could have been 2-5. What Baltimore did was criminal neglect in the fourth quarter. Buffalo, they were depleted. Let's see how it really stacks up when we play them next time. If we get blown out, y'all will get the picture. If we put up a tough fight and lose, then I give the win last time a little bit more respect. But I ain't no fool. I'm going to enjoy that victory because it's the only talking points that I have against Buffalo fans. Y'all ain't beat us. We the only team beat you. You're trash. I mean, I enjoy it, but I ain't no fool. So we'll see. And on top of it, it's hard to evaluate this team because we're beat up. We're missing a lot of players. But this is where it's funny to me. We're missing a lot of players, but at the same token, there ain't no excuse for us because we don't allow anybody else excuses. We can't use that as an excuse because we don't allow any other circumstance excuses. So we'll see. If Tua wins all the games, then he can win it regardless of the secondary, regardless of. See, the thing is, let me tell y'all something. It ain't the fact that when Tua's out, we lose. Right now, y'all need to get with the real. It's when Armstead is out, we lose. When Teron Armstead is out, we lose. And it ain't just on him. He ain't the reason we win either. It's still a collective. But he's the major reason we lose when we lose. Major reason. You just used as an excuse for Buffalo and Baltimore. See, I'm glad you brought that up because now I get to clarify for those who still don't follow me and don't articulate and understand my point of view. Me, TD, I'm no fool. I recognize context. Buffalo and Baltimore, we know why we won those games. Okay? If we lose games coming up, it's probably going to be in large part to the defense, unless the offense still sucks too. But in defense, I understand that. There are reasons, not excuses. There are reasons. That's my take. But in regards to these people out here putting this narrative that, no, it ain't had nothing to do with their secondary while we beat Baltimore and Buffalo, then you can't use the same excuse going forward with our secondary being depleted. Or if Armstead goes out again. So let me be clear. There's two different narratives here. There's my narrative where I'm being realistic and know why we would win or why we would lose. Other people aren't. So I'm telling those people, I don't want to hear nothing if we lose. And Tua's playing. So hopefully that cleared it up for you. I'm not the one using the excuse. I'm just telling you what others are doing. All right. Let me but questions about Tua, what do we do? Listen, Tua is going to be on this roster, in my opinion, unless Chris Greer do the unthinkable in the offseason and make a blockbuster trade or draft somebody. And our capital doesn't look friendly in that regards. I mean, we got capital to do it, but I don't know if they would actually do that. Tua will be a Miami Dolphin this year and next year, unless he just absolutely falls off a cliff. But he'll be a Dolphin this year and next year. I truly do believe it at this point. So there's nothing you can do other than continue to let them go through this process and evaluate. That's it. That's it. It's that simple. All right. I really ain't got that much for you on that. I guess Tua made DVP slip on pick 6 and wide receiver drop 10 times. Huh? Y'all give me a second. I'll make sure this ain't an emergency. My bad, y'all. Just getting a little medical update on my son because he's sick. So sorry about that. I guess Tua made Devontae Parker slip on pick 6 and wide receiver drop 10x 10 times. No, I mean Tua don't make wide receivers drop balls or Devontae Parker slip. Every quarterback has somebody who slips every week. What they got to do with anything? I mean, I don't even know what game you're talking about. 10 drops. Okay. You talk about 10 drops. That's 2 a game. Every quarterback got at least 2 a game. I don't understand the logic here. He won Baltimore. Don't front, TD. Let me ask y'all a question. If we were the Baltimore Ravens and Tua Tagovailoa came, played us, and we gave up 28 points in the fourth quarter, what would y'all be saying? In the way they did it, blown coverage, wide open guys, what would you be saying? This defense sucked. They blew all the coverage. They gave the game away. You wouldn't be saying nothing about Tua Tagovailoa or Tyreek Hill. You wouldn't be mentioning them at all. You'll be ragging on your blown coverage of the defense. So don't front. Don't front, Carlos. Do not front. Free X ain't that bad anyway. Irvin, we're gonna get into that. Cap for Life said, I want all of you to read my words. We have been lied to. This team is not a Super Bowl team. You make moves if you believe your QB is playoff ready. I agree, TD. Greer knows we are a bunch of suckers. I guess you said it all. You said it all. Oh my gosh. This is crazy though. All right. Will Brown said, honestly, TD, I want to see Tua succeed. We all do. But I don't want people. I don't think people realize how talented our offense is and the numbers they should be putting up. Facts. What they should be doing. You facts. Don't worry. These next 4 will make them think that we're all great again. I'm telling y'all, this is it's textbook. No, listen. The next 4 is going to either make us think that we great again because we play bums, or they still might struggle and we'll still make excuses because as long as the W's in that column, and then they get mad and make excuses when we run into a real team and get smacked. It's only 1 loss. Oh my gosh, for the life of me. Y'all should have just got Watson. I hate Cleveland. Oh my gosh. TD, if we down by 14 halftime, do we bench Tua if the offense looks like last week, second half? No. Tua doesn't get benched at all this year. Tua doesn't get benched at all this year. And even if they wanted to bench Tua, the only way it's possible to do it, they're going to be like, listen, we benching you, but we're going to look out for you on the next play. All right. Just hit the ground, and then we're going to make sure the spotters put you in the protocol. I don't know. I don't know. Gosh, they ain't benching that man. This man, I think, can go out there and put up 4 picks. I don't see him getting benched. I don't see Tua getting benched at all. Mike McDaniel is not. See, Mike McDaniel ain't stupid. Mike McDaniel gonna be like, they ain't finna Flores me. What you think everybody said in that Baltimore game? Oh, Flores would have pulled them. Sure would have, but you crazy if you don't think it. I think Teddy would have did the same thing with wide open people. What did Tua do other than see wide open people and get it to them? Good job, but who ain't gonna do that? Who's not gonna do that? But don't worry. The numbers always even out, y'all. TD, they will bench him if he continues to not slide. Yeah, if he gets hurt. But they're not going to bench him just because he don't slide. I mean, if he get hurt, then yeah, he got to get benched because he hurt. But they are not going to bench that man. All right? They are not going to bench him. You act like all the elite teams only play elite teams. They play bums too. Oh, just like us. Yes, I agree. This is the point. In the elite teams, just like bum teams, they all beat the sorry teams. But what else do elite teams do? Buffalo's elite. They beat Kansas City when they were healthy. See, that game, there were no excuses. Both teams went into that game, hey, we 90%. That's the best you could ask for from a roster. Both teams went into that 90%. We got a real game. We got a real barometer. We got a real test. If Mahomes didn't play the game and they lost, would anybody put any stock into it? No. That team, both teams were over 90% healthy at the time. That's what you can evaluate. When we played Buffalo, they were 70%. No, starting all pro players were out. All pro players were out. If we were to beat Buffalo and Josh Allen ain't play, would anybody have cared? There is an equivalence to that on defense when you ain't got your safeties and corners on the field. You out there with third string guys playing. Not to mention you lost half of your roster during the game, but I don't give that an excuse. They came into the week ready. 70% at the start and 50% at the end. I agree, but I don't worry about the 20% they lost during the game. That's a part of the game. You lose people throughout. I don't count that. But what you come into that game with, that's where you are. That's where you are. At the end of the day, a W is a W. We take it. They can't take it away. We happy about it, but we can be real and put context on it. We can be real and put context on it. There ain't no crime to be real and put context on a win to evaluate your team. TD, what do you think? Man, it's moving fast. TD, what do you think the organization thinks of McDaniel's dumb play calls lately? I don't think they got a problem with it. And forget the organization. Let's talk about the fans. Did we have a problem with his dumb play calls in the first 3 weeks when they worked? There were some dumb play calls in the first 3 weeks. They just worked. They just worked. And I was on the stream. That was a dumb play call, but it worked. Oh, why are you hating? See, once again, you just don't get it. So, no, I don't think there's an issue. He takes chances. He's a risky guy. I can see that now. So we got to learn to either love it or hate it, one way or the other, but we can't pick and choose. We can't be those fans that say when it worked, yeah, he's a genius. And when it don't work, what in the heck is he doing? That was idiotic. No, it don't work like that. You got to take him as he comes. So which one do you want? Do you want the guy who takes all those kind of crazy chances, or do you want the guy to be sound? So if you want the guy to be sound and not take those kind of chances, then when he does and they work, you got to be able to stand up and say, man, he shouldn't be doing stuff like that. It's going to come back to bite us. Because in week 1 through 3, there were calls that I said it can come back to bite us if he do stuff like that long term. And sure enough. So, like I said, if they work, we all happy. When they don't, what is he thinking? No, it can't be that way. All right. I'm hoping y'all can be one of the 2 games we win for 4 wins so we be cool when Deshaun Watson comes back. He can win out. They gave up games not running the ball. One of the 2 games we win for 4 wins. I don't listen. Out of the next 4 games, based off of what I saw, the Browns have the best chance of beating us. I don't think we lose any of those 4. But the Browns have the best chance because they have the running game. They're a physical team on the ground. And they love to pound it and wear down our guys. And they will keep running the ball. So I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. But I think we'll win all 4 of our next 4 games. Who are we trading before the deadline? Nobody significant. Tua better not make at Acho regret his words at TDPHINSTALK. Listen, Acho he's showing that he's an opportunist right now. That's all he's doing, is showing that he's an opportunist. He saw that Tua near wave and said, man, you get on the right side of that. You listen, has Acho not, think about it. We all know who Acho was before he started being on this tour rave fest the last month and a half. We all knew who he was. But do you notice him a whole lot more now? Has his value not risen a whole lot more lately? That's what them tourniers do, boy. If I ever want to make it, if TD ever want to make it, boy, all I got to do is just hit that switch 2 time. Oh, man, give me 12 months of being a tournier. I'll be on ESPN. Oh, man. Man, Acho is riding his wave right now. This is the same man that said Baker Mayfield is just as valuable as Josh Allen and deserves a max deal 2 years ago. This is the same guy 2 years ago that said Baker Mayfield deserves a max deal because he's been the same thing for his team that Josh Allen's been for Buffalo after that big-time year. And sure enough, them Brown fans was loving him, boy. They were all on Acho back then. Now it's the tourniers, boy. He got them wrapped around his finger. Especially since, he going at Herbert too? Get him, Acho. Tell him, Acho. Yeah, Herbert's overrated. When you think, see, what he don't want to do, he'll acknowledge all the reasons why Tua wasn't great. He'll say Tua didn't have an O-line, Tua didn't this, Tua didn't that. Go look at Justin Herbert's O-line ranking right now. Go look at Justin Herbert's defensive ranking right now. Go look at Justin Herbert, the supporting cast he got around him right now. So if you're one of those people who stick with that narrative, I don't make excuses for neither of them. Herbert and Tua play like trash. Herbert ain't play like trash. He was balling them first 2. Right now, he playing like trash to me. I don't make excuses for nobody. You look like a franchise NFL quarterback the last 2 years. Right now, you looking like above average at best. I don't care what the circumstance is. I see you missing opportunities. I'm on here watching your game streaming. See, we'll have 500 people in this stream, but when I got a Chargers versus a Bucks or just randomly something like that, we only got 200. Come check those other games out. I'm telling it how it is on those guys. Herbert was your guy. He was my guy, still is. You think I'm going to write his conclusion off of a few games this season? See, this is where some of y'all so absolute, and it makes no sense. Look at what the man did in his first 2 years. You think I'm just going to change the whole narrative because he's struggling in 4 or 5 games? So I'm supposed to take Brady's whole career and call it trash because he's playing like trash right now? Some of y'all need help. What are you talking about? At the end of the day, I don't make excuses for nobody. But if y'all want to be the excuse makers, why y'all can't keep the same energy for everybody? You want to talk about what Herbert had all this time and what Tua didn't have, but now Herbert, one of the worst O-lines in the league, one of the worst defenses in the league, 28th ranked defense, by the way. But no, we don't hear y'all talk about that. You want to say, no, this is on Herbert. Hold on. Then that means the first 2 years was on Tua. Which one is it? Was the first 2 years on Tua or what? Was the first 2 years Tua's fault or what was around him? Which one is it? You can't pick and choose who it applies for. Acho takes are horrible, and so is Mayfield equals bust. Listen, man. Hey, Acho doing what he got to do. Acho's actually on the big screen. So, hey, it is what. Let me tell y'all something. First of all, let's get something straight. If ESPN called me right now and said they wanted me, I'm asking the first question I'm asking them. Do you want me to be me? Either way, I'm going to come work. You give me some millions. But you want me to be me or you want me to drive numbers? We want you to drive numbers. Day one. Tua's that dude. First thing come out my mouth. Anybody disrespecting Tua don't know football. Let's go. Tua ain't had this. Tua ain't had that. Blah, blah, blah. You think I'm finna pass up millions for my family for the truth? I would prefer them to allow me to be me. I would prefer them to let me be honest. But if they don't, I'm taking care of my family. If they do, you gonna get me. But when you on that level, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You'll be fake too. I just said that. I just said I'll be fake too. Listen, nothing. Man, come on, y'all. Y'all evaluate football yourself. You know when somebody talking trash or they selling you goods. You know if they talking trash or selling you goods. So as soon as Acho started talking good about Tua and bad about Herbert, he saw the reception out there, and now he pushing the envelope every chance he get. Every day there's a new clip about it. And the show is going to talk nothing but that because it's driving numbers. It's pushing numbers. Keep it 100. First day in the building, boy. You can't tell me nothing. Don't believe him. He a Tua hater. And them my haters. They hating on Tua. I'm going to call y'all haters. First day on the show, ESPN, he's fake. He hates Tua. He doesn't like Tua. He's always talking about Tua. Nah, y'all just haters. Y'all don't like Tua. I've been liking Tua since day one. I delete every video on my account. Give me them millions for my family because that's what's most important in my life, my family, and I hope that's the same for y'all. Thank God I ain't in a position right now in my life where I need a lot of y'all to survive. You can shut the channel down right now and my family, we're going to be good. Thank God I'm in that position. And thank God as well that he's blessed this channel enough to say, man, I ain't know that it can, be this much of a blessing as well. I'm just keeping it a buck with y'all. So at the end of the day, I don't have to sacrifice. People are like, I don't understand why you down talk Tua. You would do so much better if you didn't, because I can afford to be honest. I can afford to not sell out. Now, don't get me wrong. You talk millions. Hey, that's a different story. That's a different story. That is a different story. And I ain't going to be ashamed to tell that different story too. Boy. I'm sick of the Tua talk. Before we arrive, we Dolphin fans could agree on whether a player is trash or not. Facts. Facts. Before he was here, we break down stuff. It'd be so, man. It'd be, man, like we can move on from a conversation and all, even if we disagree and debate, well, we'll see. But now, man, this is just bad, man. This whole situation. And the frustrating part is, man, the people that's causing a lot of the turmoil ain't even Dolphin fans, y'all. They not Dolphin fans. They not even Dolphin fans. That's not true. He had fights with Tannehill fans when Moore was the better QB in 2012, 2013. I don't know who you were talking to about that. Our fan base has never been this divided, man. They haven't. Well, hold on. Again, listen, I'm trying to explain to y'all what's going on. So take the Dolphin fan base, right? Let's just use big numbers so everybody understands. You know what? Let's use small numbers. 10 Dolphin fans in the world. There are 10 Dolphin fans in the world, okay? This is what's happening. Before Tua, we all 10 of us could get along. It was fine. Now, here's what happened. When we drafted Tua, there were no longer 10 Dolphin fans. Well, there were still 10 Dolphin fans. But 5 Alabama fans came. And everybody think that we got 15 Dolphin fans now. So now the Alabama fans, they want to write everybody who say something negative about Tua as if you're not supporting the team and you're a sellout to the team. So what they do is they grab the heart of maybe 3 out of the 10 Dolphin fans, and those 3 real Dolphin fans side with them and be like, man, y'all come on, support the team. Not realizing the other 7 Dolphin fans do support the team, but we're just being critical like we always have. But you can't see that now because now you have a defamer in the room, somebody who's making you look bad. So those 3 Dolphin fans align themselves with the 5 Alabama fans, and it's 8-7 or 7-8, vice versa. I don't know. That's what's going on. That's what's going on right now. That's all that's happening. It's the Alabama intruders that are not Dolphin fans. They only rep the Dolphins right now and wear the jerseys and everything because that 1 is on it and Tua's name is on it. And I told y'all, this man get traded today. All 5 of them gone. And to be quite honest with you, they've infiltrated so much, 6 will be gone. We'll lose some of the Dolphin fans. A Dolphin fan from a population standpoint. That's what's going on right now. They will be gone if we traded him today. Out of here. So we aren't as divided as you think. We're giving people that aren't even real Dolphin fans too much exposure, but they're speaking on our behalf. They're in the masses out here speaking on our behalf. That's all that's happening right now. Nah, it used to be all about attributables. Now it's all about the QB for you. Yeah, because the QB can waste all the attributables. We learned that. See, some of y'all don't watch this channel enough to realize when we get new information, my opinion adjusts as it should any human. Any person with a well-rounded brain who can process information and act accordingly in a reasonable manner would adjust based off of new data. It's that simple. So stop trying to write narratives on me as if they stand forever. That's not how that works. You're supposed to adjust to a narrative if the circumstances change or data change or you were just wrong. You want proof? Let Tua finish the season absolutely balling out, take us to the playoffs. We win a Super Bowl, and he's great for the next year or two. Anybody who doubted him, you are a mature, responsible person. If you change your opinion and say, I was wrong, this guy is actually the dude. Here's where I was wrong. Now I see the light. So all y'all that be talking about certain things that I believed in the past, and I've already explained, just like Ryan Tannehill, I was a Ryaneer. TD was a Ryaneer. There's your proof right there. I was a Ryaneer. And I changed my stance on how I view quarterbacks. And I said I'm not going to sit here and obsess over them until they actually prove to be a franchise quarterback. Until they prove to be a franchise quarterback. There's your proof. Responsible thinkers can change their opinion based off of new information. So hopefully Tua balls out and I could change my whole thought process. But I'm waiting on him to change it. I keep telling y'all only Tua can change the narrative. Not y'all. Not y'all. Y'all can't change no narrative for him. Only he can. And truth be told, let's be honest, Tua-neers or Tua-neer obsessors or people who just love him more than the team, let's be honest. Even in that game last week versus Pittsburgh, you walked away scratching your head like, man, dang, man, you got to be better, man. We got to prove these people wrong. Crap, man. That's a win for them. I don't look at it as a win. It's just evaluation. But in some of y'all minds, y'all were thinking in your head, dang, man, you can't be giving them wins. Well, at least you won. I could hold on to that and throw that as a response. But come on, bro, you got to be better, man. We out here going hard for you. You got to be able to back us up. Some of y'all know y'all feel that deep down, that you get frustrated with Tua. Like, dang, come on, man. Have a ball out moment where we can really just shut them up. Y'all know it. You know it. You know it. Deep down in your heart and your soul, even y'all be feeling that way sometimes. Once you run through your excuses and some of them you be like, it really ain't no excuse for that one, but, you know, come on, man. Don't worry. Tua gonna be that dude, man. He gonna figure it out, and somehow we gonna emerge, and he gonna be our franchise quarterback. Maybe that happens, okay? I'm not saying it won't. I just don't believe it, but maybe it does. So let's let time tell. I told you at least he gonna be our quarterback for the next 2 years at this point. As soon as we lost that draft pick, he good. He done got some more time. All right. People got to realize Tua was picked 5. And not play like it Watson was 12th pick and exceed expectations from the moment he stepped on the field. Tua a bust. Well, I don't call players a bust until after their 3rd year, and he don't look like he's going on the bust trajectory. Tua's pre-draft evaluation for most outlets, and I agree, is a bottom-end starter, high top-end backup. That's exactly what I believe he is, and that's exactly what he's been. He's been a bottom level starter and a high end backup. And guys that are bottom starters and high end backups, for at least 8 years, they have a starting job in the NFL. For at least 8 years, they get a starting job in the NFL. First team don't believe in you, and then the next one say, let's take a flyer on them. Let's see. Let's get them on a 3-4 year deal. They bring them in. It's like what the Saints be dealing with all the time, what the Bucks was dealing with before Brady. Teams like that. Jameis Winston's of the world, the Teddys of the world, the Tyrods, all them guys. Low end starter, high level backup, which means you can get a starting job for one of them bottom 8 teams every year almost. And he got to change that. He got to become a mid-level starter, and now he's going to be a Andy Dalton, Tannehill. Be a mid-level. He got to at least get to that point so he can extend his career and be able to hopefully prove himself at some point. So we'll see. All right, man, let's move on from that. We talked about the trades and why Chris Greer ain't making no big moves. And hopefully he does between now and then. But I think he's doing the right thing by not making the moves. I know we're not happy about it. Like, go get some people. But listen, man, you go for broke right now and you go all out, that's a huge mistake. Those players are not posed to be picked 5th overall. No, well, I agree with that too. But it is what it is. It was already irresponsible to draft a player 5 overall that had such an injury to begin with. So it is what it is. What is Geno Smith now? Geno Smith is playing really good football right now. But again, let the year play out. Let the year play out. We've seen quarterbacks go on runs just like Geno Smith that were backups. Davis Mills had a run last year. What's the kid over there in Washington or whatever, in the Jets and stuff? They had runs last year. What's that kid in the Jets again? What was that kid name in the Jets for the Jets? Y'all remember who had that run last year or something? Somebody gonna remember. Mike White. Yeah, he had a phenomenal little run. Like I said, you can't really, this is why the sample size has to get larger and larger for you to start making, conclusions of things. Thinking that a guy is just that guy. You really do. You have to wait. So, guys go on runs. Then they come back down to earth as the sample size start growing. Go look at Tua. Go look at his chart. First week, rated trash. Second week, whoa. Third week, whoa. Fourth week, you see what I mean? And now, blah. So at the end of the day, it's starting to come down for Tua. Now we need him to get one of them back up to start balancing it out at a high level. You can't keep regressing it down. All right? All right, man, let's move on. All right? Xavien Howard is now up. Salute to one of our subscribers. I would name them because they always showing big time love to the channel, but I don't know if they want to be named, so I'm going to leave them anonymous. I talked about it on the game show last night. Me, EM, and Crypto, we were live after the game, and we were talking last night about the X situation. We found the court documents online in the Broward County court system, but it only gave us 2 sections of what was going on. And I was provided with the actual detailed details of the case based off of court documents. So these are actual court documents. I have all the court documents right here in front of me about the case in detail. So I'm not going to make this a big deal right now because we still need to let this play out and let more information come through. But I will read the court documents so you know what's going on, because this can be a brush over thing or this can be major. This can definitely adjust, trajectory of people's careers, and there's victims potentially in all of this. So we're gonna, if you have kids that you don't want to hear this, I'm not gonna be graphic and all this and that, but at the same token, the nature of the conversation may not be appropriate. So just letting you know now, just in case you're listening in the car, you got kids, X, Y, and Z, or you don't care. So here we go. This is a verified document. with the Broward County 17th Judicial Circuit. Let's see here. Let me blow this up a little so I can read it better. All right, so I'm going to read the general allegations. This is an action for damages in excess of $30,000. Venue improper as the incident giving rise to the action occurred in Broward County, Florida. At all times, material to this action, plaintiff Jane Doe, who is the woman accusing Howard, hereinafter referred to as plaintiff, was a resident of Broward County. At all times, material to this action, defendant Xavien Howard, hereinafter referred to as Howard, was a resident of Broward County, Florida at the time. In February 2018, plaintiff met defendant Howard while she was working at Quest Diagnostics. Shortly thereafter, defendant Howard asked plaintiff to go out on a date with him. At the beginning of the relationship, defendant Howard informed plaintiff that he was negative for all sexually transmitted diseases and confirmed by providing her with a copy of his February 5th, 2018 negative test results. In 2019, defendant Howard discovered that he had contracted an incurable STD, herpes simplex virus type 2, genital herpes. And that was in 2019, a year later. Despite learning that he had contracted genital herpes, which this document basically tells you he knew he had it. Despite learning that he had contracted genital herpes, defendant Howard failed to inform plaintiff that he had this curable, sexually transmitted disease. So he found out he contracted it. He didn't let her know that he had it. In addition to failing to inform plaintiff that he had contracted genital herpes, defendant Howard continued to represent to plaintiff that he had been tested on additional occasions and that he remained free of any sexually transmitted disease. I'll pause right there because this is where the issue of the case comes from. It's just a simple fact that when he contracted it, she's claiming that he continued to tell her that he continued to get tested and he's still negative, pretty much, even though he knew he had it, which I'm going to tell y'all now. I know it's civil right now, but this could become a criminal matter, just depending on what the district attorney decides they want to do once, if they even want to take this up. But if they do, this could become a criminal matter. If there's proof that what we've read so far is true, that is major. And I'm not saying it is true. I don't know if any of this is true. Just like with the Deshaun Watson situation, I'm not casting judgment on anybody. She could be lying. He could be lying. I have no clue. I'm not casting judgment on anybody. It ain't my job to do that. I can tell you what I think about it, which I will, but we don't know. All right. Let's keep it going. With knowledge of his incurable sexually transmitted disease and without disclosure, defendant Howard continued to engage in unprotected sex with plaintiff without informing her of same. At the time he transmitted genital herpes to plaintiff, defendant Howard knew that he had it and also that genital herpes was transmitted through sexual intercourse. Defendant Howard had a duty to disclose the fact that he had genital herpes prior to continuing to engage in sexual relations with plaintiff. See, if he would have gotten it and then stopped, there is no wrongdoing because he wouldn't have known. If he would have found out and stopped, it's a bad situation. Sorry, we don't know who gave it to who, whatever, right? But he actually continued after the date that they say he found out that he had it. So the tough part about this is I think that it's going to be easily proven or disproven, because if he did find out that he had it, that means he did have a positive test, and that's going to be in his records. So they'll be able to identify when he first knew he was positive, when there was a positive test in his records. And then any text message of them going back and forth, engaging each other or seeing each other, any phone call, any of that is going to be almost like proof. Any engagement after that date. So we'll see. Defendant Howard had, we read that. In March 2021, see, a year after that, see, they're saying that he knew he was positive in 2021. In 20, let me go back to the date. They are saying that he found out he was positive in 2019, y'all. He found out in 2019 he was positive. In 2019, he found out he was positive. She didn't know she was positive until March of 2021. So there's a 2-year window where all she got to do is prove that she was involved with him in those 2 years, and that could be an issue. Thank you, man. That can be an issue. And I'm gonna be honest, it's not looking good. 2-year period, it's not looking good. All right. Knowing that defendant Howard was the only individual who could have transmitted genital herpes to plaintiff, she confronted Howard about the transmission, which we don't know if it's true or not. You know, he's the only one. But although he initially denied having herpes, defendant Howard ultimately admitted that he had knowledge he had herpes and apologized to plaintiff for transmitting it to her, stating, hold on, y'all. Stating, man, I've been told you I was sorry for giving it to you, but what can I do now? The damage is done. You keep bringing it up as if it gonna change something. Like yo ass can't move on. They're putting that in quotations, so that's probably a text message or something, or a voice recording. They're putting that as if they already have the documentation proving that this is what he sent her. This is the bombshell part. This is where the issue comes. If they do have a paper trail of this, I mean, for him, I don't know if he's denying it, first of all. We still haven't heard from his representatives. But if he said this verbally and nothing recorded or nothing, and he say it's not true, then that's one thing. But the way they have it listed in quotations with the commas and everything is as if they're taking this as if this was from a text message and everything. I don't know. I'm not saying that's what it is, by the way. I don't want y'all to think wrong. But let me repeat this, okay? Man, I've been told you I was sorry for giving it to you. But what can I do now? The damage is done. You keep bringing it up as if it's going to change something. Like your ass can't move on. Tough. That's tough. If there's documentation of that being a text or something like that, that's tough. That's an issue, y'all. Because at the end of the day, from my understanding, and I could be wrong, that's a felony. You know you had something and you continue to mess with somebody and you gave it to them knowing. That's a felony. Nobody talked about it this morning. No sports outlet talked about it. The Dolphins ain't mentioning nothing about it. Not sure why, but that's a felony. If they have receipts, if it's true. Let's make sure we preface that. We don't have his side, and we don't have them releasing documented proof yet. That's a felony. And you can't tell me that doesn't fall under the NFL personal code of conduct. And I'm shocked nobody's talking about it. I understand Brady took the headlines, but I don't know if X is going to be a part of even the near future for the Dolphins after this season. Allegedly. Yeah, it's allegedly. It's allegedly. So we'll see. Somebody's saying it's a first-degree misdemeanor. I'll go look at it again. From my understanding, I thought it was a felony, but we'll see. I'll look at it again. It's just weird, though, when you know the details, even if it's just alleged, having a guy on the field, oh, he makes an interception. The guy, that's being accused of this right now. It's very interesting that it's real hush right now. But again, I see all these comments. Howard is done. He messed up and all this and that. I would urge every single one of y'all, pump the brakes a little bit. We don't know. This is what's being accused of him. It's news. I'm reporting it, letting you know. That way we can talk about, going forward in the future, if this is going to impact or not. We'll wait to see more information. But that's not make the man guilty. That'll be the irresponsible thing to do. I mean, we can have our opinions. Yeah, he did it, or he didn't do it, whatever. But I caution everybody of making people guilty just from a lawsuit, civil suit. The internet lies all the time. Well, this ain't the case of the internet. This has actually been filed in a court. This is as real as it gets. This has been filed in the courts. It's that simple. Our plaintiff had been diagnosed with herpes. Defendant Howard made her feel as though she had no choice but to continue to engage in sexual intercourse with him, because engaging in sexual intercourse with anyone else could lead to her transmitting the disease to an innocent third party. Scared, confused, and never wanting to do what defendant Howard did to her to anyone else. Plaintiff did continue to engage in sexual intercourse with defendant Howard. Wow. Do y'all see how they're framing this now? They're basically saying, she's saying he made her continue to have intercourse with her because he basically told her, you can't be doing this with anybody else now, because if you do, you're going to be spreading it. So I'm the only person you can be doing it with. That's kind of what that was saying. That's how they're framing that. They're making, the wording is really bad. They're framing it as he basically told her, I'm the only viable candidate for you to engage with going forward, because basically we both have it. If you engage with anybody else, you'll be spreading it. It's crazy. Not that he made her, but they're taking the intimidation route. And I'm not to say that she wasn't intimidated, because technically it's true. Well, the reality is you have it now, so I guess me and you can continue to see each other, because we don't want to keep spreading it to others by seeing other people. I mean, technically, some people may do that. Hey, I gave you this. I'm sorry. Maybe it's meant for us to be, because we can't now, we don't have futures with other people like that. I don't know. Roger Goodell's burner. I see your comments. Everybody else don't. But I'm not, whether you believe it or not, that don't matter. You open, just like Deshaun Watson, whether it was true or not, you put yourself in a situation to where it could be believed. We don't know what the truth is. We weren't there. We weren't in that relationship. And I agree, Money Mitch, this is one side of the story. But at the same token, this is the side that's been documented in the courts, stamped. Not what I believe she said or I believe what she agreed. This is the part that's in the courts. A lot of people have been reaching out to Xavien Howard, the Dolphins, and his team to get his take, or that side's take. Refuse to comment at this time. So time will tell. Anyway, they're basically trying to hit him with 2 counts of what they're accusing. Count 1, man, this is long. The counts are long, man. Basically, it's all the details of what he did wrong. He failed to notify, failed to do this, failed to do that. So they're basically coming up with 2 counts. They're using penal code and everything. Gross negligence. Per amendment as required, Florida statute 768-72. Yeah, just a whole bunch of them throwing the penal code at him of all the violations that he has in this manner of what they're accusing. Yeah. I don't need to go into all that detail. All right. I don't need to go into all that detail. At the end of the day, this is what he's being accused of. We will wait to see if we can get more information to see what's going on in the manner. He is not innocent nor guilty. Well, he's innocent until proven guilty, but from the public opinion, like I said, I urge y'all to wait for more information. I personally think that this is going to be settled, non-disclosure agreement, and they'll come out and say it was never true, and they'll move on. I think that, and if it's true or not, that's the best course of action. If it's true or not in this situation, that's the best course of action. Get that lady money. You just got that big contract. Get that lady money and try to move on with your life. And if it's true, do better. It's that simple. It's that simple. All right. His wife is about to go for the bag. Well, I looked it up. I don't think X is actually married. I don't think he's actually married. I'm not sure. Until the next female. Hope so. Anyway, that is what it is. Tom Brady's situation ain't going to be on that long. He's divorcing. That's his personal life. They're going to do what they got to do. They no longer want to be together. They supporting each other. They're raising their kids and pursuing their own dreams, and they're all amicable and it's all good. They're out here putting up articles that the issues started when he started talking to the Dolphins. So I just brought that up because they wanted to talk about how the Dolphins caused it, and I'm like, that's just ain't nobody caused it. At the end of the day, you got your own decisions to make in life in that regards. Okay. Lions look like they'll be playing us without their starting safety, one of their best players on their team, which is how can we lose this game? Like we've had so much fortune when it comes to secondaries this year. So it looked like their starting safety won't be playing, so we're good on that end. That's a huge plus for us. You knew it was over when Tom signed the TV contract. He never wanted to be home. Yeah. Brady didn't want to be with her. He chose to come back. The sale ended Brady's career. Listen, it's so funny. I ain't gonna lie. Brady and them could fizzle out this year, be trash and nothing. But it's so funny what people think about the Bucs struggling right now. I don't get it. Do y'all see the division they're in? They might make the playoffs with 8 wins. And all it takes is for Brady to be in the playoffs. What are people talking about? And they still need to get healthy because they banged up. They're just like Brady. Make the playoffs and go on a run and win a Super Bowl, and then all of a sudden, they did the same thing his last year in New England. Look how bad he was. He stopped caring. She took time from us. So what? Our secondary is destroyed too. Yeah, I get it. Our secondary is destroyed. I'm not saying that they aren't. I'm just saying it should be easier for our offense. Go get it done now. Go put up 30-something points. And that's why I'm worried about us. I'm worried about the Lions running the ball down our throat and Jared Goff putting up yards because our secondary. So either way, I'm worried. Listen, I'm not always trying to make a point. like be digging at people. So what? Our secondary's hurt too. I'm not trying. I'm just stating information, man. Giselle has money too. Yeah, they both straight. I think they just leave with what they personally got on their own. Otherwise, he'll be seeking alimony because she got more than him. Because that deal, he ain't getting no money from that deal yet. So they good. Actually, Brady doesn't have that money yet. He has more money right now. She has more money right now. Swift is back. Lions are unstoppable with him. Oh, well, I done already told you I'm worried about the run game. I done already told you they physical. Their O-line in the run game is physical. They are very physical. So, and let me tell you something. They're going to try to take the Buffalo approach, the same thing we did to Buffalo. Well, opposite. They're going to try to keep our offense off the field. And that's where it gets scary. Anyway, man, I've been going for an hour and a half. I'm going to call it quits right here. If I got time later, I'm going to come back to y'all because I want to, at some point, finish that film study. So I try to do the film study at some point today, maybe early evening or something. Well, it is early evening. We'll see. I might be live sooner than later, but I don't know yet. All right. So just make sure you got your notifications on because we want to finish the film study from last week. And maybe we can look at some of the Lions stuff in film study and see what they do. We'll see. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fans up no matter what. This is TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I appreciate everybody who rock with me. Those who don't, but still watch. I appreciate y'all too for being respectful. Peace. I am out. TD, great show. Thanks. Thank you for that. Thank you for saying that.